Another thing that bothers me about the recent attempts by the mainstream media and these social media watchdog groups like Sentinel and Blue Check Twitter, by their attempts to silence Depp supporters and castigate Depp supporters as harassers and bulliers, and basically erect this narrative that Amber Heard is this poor, aggrieved woman who dared to come forward about her abuse and now has been socially censured for it, like Hester Prynne, in The Scarlet Letter or something. That retelling of history I talked about in my previous video. It's almost Orwellian and very alarming. But there's something else that's really bothering me about what we've seen, this narrative that has emerged in the mainstream media in the wake of the Johnny Depp trial. This narrative that from here on out, women who have been abused are going to be silenced by this precedent, by this bullying that Amber Heard received, by what they had to watch her go through in the court of public opinion and on TikTok and all that. What bothers me about this emergent narrative is that I can see now, and a number of us have been talking about this on Twitter for the last week or so, I can see now that this is going to be the go-to playbook for future MeToo type allegations. It is entirely proper that Marilyn Manson has sued Evan Rachel Wood if he believes that she orchestrated a hoax against him, and along with her conspirator, Il McGore, that she did all of these illegal and deeply problematic things like faking an FBI agent's letter, swatting Manson, hacking into Manson's computer and downloading and trying to send illicit pornography. I mean, there's a lot in Manson's lawsuit. And I'm seeing over the last several days, especially on Evan Rachel Wood's Instagram account, this idea that, oh my God, now all of these hyenas that have been on poor Amber Heard's case, poor aggrieved, poor oppressed Amber Heard, all of these hyenas, these crazed Depp supporters, now they're shifting their sights to Evan Rachel Wood, and she's going to be the next target. She's going to be the next victim torn apart by these social media mobs. Well, that is just not an accurate representation of what has happened. And those of us who have supported Depp, who have been a part of the so-called media mob, we've known that for a while. And those of us who also support Marilyn Manson, we know this as well. It is entirely fitting that with all of the evidence that Marilyn Manson has, and if he believes that he is the victim of this hoax, it is entirely fitting that he sues Evan Rachel Wood. This lawsuit that Manson has filed against Evan Rachel Wood is being recast now as yet another example of a brave victim she's brave enough to come forward, and then she's slapped back by the cruelty of the justice system, these civil lawsuits that someone like Marilyn Manson can file or that Johnny Depp can file. I guess they're just supposed to stay silent. I guess they're supposed to shut up while they're being maligned and viciously targeted and eviscerated in the media. I guess they're just supposed to put up with that because they're men. And there is something, I just have to say, deeply, deeply sexist about the notion that just because someone is a man, he should just shut up and take it when he is being falsely accused. And I think the thing that a lot of these Amber stans and Evan stans can't really get through their head is the fact that these women actually did something deeply manipulative and conniving, and they, both of them, engaged in a multi-year systemic hoax against innocent men, weaponizing and utilizing the Me Too narrative, which is a terrible thing for women. It's a terrible thing for victims. It's the Me Too activists and the feminists who should hate what people like Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood are doing. They should hate it more than anyone. That using the mantle of Me Too and of the supposed victim status, they're carrying out these insane vendettas against innocent men for various reasons, whether it's their own psychological disorders or a desire for attention as activists. I would say both, and a range of other things. And I can see now that going forward, the narrative in the mainstream media, whenever any man protests his innocence, whenever any man contests the allegations against him of a MeToo nature, he is going to automatically be vilified if he tries to protest that. And if anyone tries to support him, if he has any supporters online, they will be vilified as harassers and bulliers as well, and sexist and misogynist. And it's just really very sad. And I've been talking about it in several videos this past week. And if you haven't, check them out. It's just really, really sad and disturbing to see that not even the giant debacle that was that whole Amber Heard mess, that not even that whole thing, which played out over a multi-week trial in front of the entire world, not even that was enough to knock some sense into some of these diehard activists who think that all women tell the truth, and that we have to believe all accusations, and that it's impossible that you could have women like Amber Heard or Evan Rachel Wood propagating these multi-year complex hoaxes to frame innocent men. Well, I'm telling you, it's more than possible. It has happened, and you better wake up to the fact or get left behind. Just like mainstream media and blue check marks, you were left behind during the Depp trial, and you still haven't gotten over it. All right, everybody, like and subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of videos like this. I'm always grateful for tips on PayPal, Patreon. The links are below, and everybody have a good day. Bye.